There it is. What's up, people? How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. Okay, um, I'm glad you could make it. We have a great guest scheduled for today. We're gonna hopefully link up my man Bashir Jones. I wanna wait to properly introduce him, but I got a great guest lined up for today. We're gonna have a conversation, and I think you're gonna be uh, very intrigued and very interested in this conversation. I noticed that. So behind the scenes, we worked this out, right? Bashir's a busy guy, right? So I got the message that he was down to do it today, right? And I hope you don't mind me sharing this. I was like, damn, you sure today? Because we said we could do it any day during the week you want, except for, any day during the week. Because I live stream all the time and my shows are in the evening. So he was like, let's do it tomorrow. That's what I was told. That's what he said. So I'm like, okay. And we had just sent it on Sunday. we had just sent it the day before. So he was like, let's do it the next day. Then I noticed on his Instagram, he's doing some type of protest where he's living in a tent at a location. I forget exactly what it's about. And I'm like, you're supposed to do that for 48 hours. How is Bashir going to do the interview and be in the tent at the protest? I said, well, you know what? Hey, man, I ain't got to figure this out. Maybe he wants to do the live stream from the tent, which is dope because you can see what real commitment and leadership is all about, right? To be on display. Seldom do people get to display their leadership as such a realistic, actual, not just symbolic or rhetorical, but actually demonstrated physically. So, hey, man, it is what it is. I'm hoping that he found a way around this. But I got a couple things I could do about the Cornel West campaign until he gets here. And I got my phone here for this, for him to hit me or for me to get an update about his participation today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When I checked my email when I got up, folks, check this out. Tim Black's One Fact, man. You guys, right? I got this message from Dr. West. So I'm like, wow, this is amazing, right? Dr. West surpasses ballot access threshold in Michigan, signaling a major shift in the 2024 election. And so I'm like, wow, okay, so I got Mr. Jones coming to join us. This announced the Cornel West for presidential campaign is thrilled to announce the submission of signatures far exceeding double the required number to the Michigan Secretary of State this week. This significant achievement paves the way for Dr. West running as an independent candidate to appear on the ballot in Michigan. So I got all this going on at the same time. And I'm like, wow, this is perfect. So I got Brother Jones, I think, coming on. I got this announcement from the Dr. West campaign. And we all know how this plays into Michigan because Michigan is I don't want to give it all away. I got a couple comments. Oh, thank you. Who's in the house, man? I get it. Sable Winters is in the house. Thank you, Sable. And Jancy Davis. I'm here, Jancy. Buck said, I'm on lunch. I was at work, but hey, I pull up. Nelson Ortega's here as well. Okay. And we are here. I don't want to repeat the same stuff, man. This is good stuff. We had a great show last night as well. Oh, Tim Black's got to watch the language, man. Get these notifications from YouTube that you gotta. I think I said one word I shouldn't have said last night. But see, the AI don't play. Oh, remember once upon a time you could get away with stuff? Not no more, man. The AI is skimming everything you say, every word. And if anything is, non-advertiser friendly, they're going to ding you for it. They're going to let you know how great no matter how great your show was, because I was told last night's show was fire. cracker. But that don't matter. Because if you say one word, and I do mean one word, like I got this before, and it was like one word. They had the actual timestamp. It was 1 second of a 2.5 hour stream. 1 second of a 2.5 hour stream made the entire 2.5 hours ineligible. I'm not playing. 1 second. So now when people come on the show and they be like, is it okay if I curse? I'll be like, no, don't say nothing. Nothing. We got to act like we librarians at a monastery. They don't talk at all, do they? At a nunnery. So that's it, man. That's it. Hey, man, I'm not getting anything from Bashir here. I don't know what this is. Let me check my email. What's cracking here? Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing here. This doesn't appear to be is there a mix up here? Because I'm about to go ahead with the information I got. Yeah, I guess we got people watching. See, that's what happens. I try to be professional and not try to do everything myself. I used to try to do everything myself. That didn't really work out too well because I forget stuff. No sign of Bashir. Any ideas? It's all good. That thing froze. Oh, you son of a. Oh, maybe we're back. So, what's up with you guys? What's up with you guys, man? What's up? Where's the So look, man, I'm gonna run a couple of clips. Okay, we'll just go like this. Hey, look, it's amazingly opportune time for this interview. I hope that we'll get to be able to do it because Mr. Bashir is the former member of the Cleveland City Council there in Ohio's, I think it's the 7th Ward. Then he received a bachelor's degree in African American Studies, and he's a public servant. You know what I'm saying? And he's a leadership guy. But he's also the senior advisor to the Muslim community for the Cornel West 2024 presidential campaign. So that's like what I'm thinking is Dr. West consults with him about issues relating to the Muslim community. And him being a very active member of that community, he can kind of inform and give his opinion and his consultation on these matters. I think it's dope. So tie that in with today's announcement that came from the press team over to Dr. Cornel West press office. Also loop that into how angered, disappointed, and frustrated Michigan voters are with the way that what's his name? Biden. The way that Biden's been handling Israel and the pummeling of the Palestinian people in Israel, the genocide in Israel, the full-scale murder of innocent people in Israel. Here goes a clip to explain just how pissed off people are and what this may mean for the Biden campaign. I would save it, but let's keep it going. Let's go.
Long way from Mohammed Kazasis's ancestral home in Jerusalem to his coffee business in Dearborn, Michigan. But the war in Gaza is inescapable for Arab Americans like him.
It's very sad, depressing. I'm very angry about what's happening.
Mohammed voted for Joe Biden in 2020, but, like many, has turned on the president for his approach to the conflict. He was one of more than 100,000 people in Michigan who rejected Biden at last week's primary contest.
This is my first time voting, and I am voting because Joe Biden refuses to call for a ceasefire.
Biden still won, but the protest vote has put his campaign on edge.
Yeah, so a lot of people are not liking at all what Biden's doing when he's enabling. In fact, and I believe this is true, man. I've heard it go so far as to say, hey, man, without American support, there would be no there'd be no genocide. There'd be no people being on the verge of starving to death, if not starving to death. There would not be thousands upon thousands of dead civilians, because we are the conduit for what they are doing in Israel. What Israel's capable of doing to the Palestinians. We provide the bombs. We are their war machine at this point. So I got another clip. This clip is director, producer Michael Moore. Michael Moore's been on this show, and he was critical of Biden then because he was supporting Bernie, but he's back to being the Michael Moore that I knew. And here he is commenting on CNN about Michigan. Check it out.
Two, there is a CNN poll. Apologies. There's a CNN poll that showed today 81% of voters who are under the age of 35 disapprove of how President Biden has been handling this war. I mean, we're seeing it on campuses. There is a question of what we're going to see in November. I wonder what you think he should be doing differently to change those numbers.
Thank you for asking that question, Caitlin. This is why I was when I got the call asking if I'd like to come on tonight, I really was coming on. I know we're speaking to millions of people, but I'd like to speak to one particular individual, and that is President Biden. I wanted to say this on your show tonight, that his chance of not being reelected, I think at this point is so great because of those numbers, because he's losing the youth vote. He's lost the Arab American vote in Michigan. So even Michelle Goldberg, in a column in the New York Times last month, said that you lose Michigan, you lose the election. I am fighting to make sure that doesn't happen. I am trying to save Joe Biden, because as soon as he does the right thing, and if you're listening, watching Mr. Biden, fellow Catholic, although some will say recovering in my case, but still, we are Catholics, and the Pope is right on this. We need an immediate ceasefire. It is wrong. A mass slaughter of innocents, of children, of women, of the elderly is a sin.
It is. It is definitely a sin. No, he's not here. I feel a little conflicted about the statement that Michael Moore just made here. But you know what I'm going to say, man? And I got to, trying to save Biden from Biden. Man, Michael Moore, we're trying to save the kids and the innocent people and the innocent Palestinians that are being bombed to death, man. I'm trying to save Biden. If Biden wants to save Biden, Biden needs to stop facilitating the bombing of children and innocent people. And by the way, when we say innocent women and children, hey, us guys would like to live too, if possible. It's always that way. Innocent women and innocent children. What about us? I want to live too. But I will give him that. You know why I'm going to give him that? Because the climate in Hollywood, the climate in corporate media is so devastating. Not everybody wants to fall on the sword. And I understand that. Everybody don't want to do what Bashir Jones is willing to do, what Dr. West is willing to do, what I'm willing to do, what Nina Turner is willing to do, which is to say it with your chest. How you feel about what's going on and be unwilling to move off your square. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you said it was wrong. It's a sin. It's a moral sin. It's a moral outrage. Perfect. Okay? If you want to frame it to soften it by saying, hey, Biden, I'm trying to help you, man. Do that. Okay, fine. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that, and I'm going to jump to the part where you said it was a moral sin. It's a depraved action. It's murder. It's what it is, and it's cowardly. It's cowardly. So what's up? Fortuitous time? Yeah, fortuitous. I can use one of them words that Bashir has in his Rolodex because he's got multiple degrees and stuff. But it's a fortuitous time to bring on a Bashir Jones to discuss, as the Muslim community senior advisor for the Dr. Cornel West campaign, as they reached the threshold and exceeded by double for the Michigan ballot, That's going to be a big problem for the Biden campaign. Big problem for them. And it's so important for Americans to stand up because already 100,000 people voted non-committed or something. I think that was led by a number of the Muslim community there in Dearborn as the hub, but also the greater Michigan area, Michigan State. I don't know. But I know Dearborn is like where it was like, very centralized location for it. So the pushback was extensive, and they got every reason to feel that way. Right? Because their government is not listening to them. Their government is beholden to a foreign entity, a foreign government. So, yeah, why vote for a president who puts the desires of another country ahead of your country when it's especially when it pertains to the murder and deaths of innocent people, civilians? There are people doing some great work on this. I do understand that there were a number of civilians slaughtered very recently. We don't want to look, but we can't look away because this is what's going on. This is what's at stake. And I get it, man. I'm one of those people that say, hey, I want the same type of energy for our issues here in America. We are dying. We have a slow genocide that's been underway in this country for African Americans, for Black Americans, for over 100 years. Jim Crow, then Jane Crow. Everything from infant mortality rates, food deserts, lack of coverage. We got everything. Mass incarceration. By the way, people, when we talk about mass incarceration, I don't know what you guys picture. Maybe you picture that drunk guy on the Andy Griffith show who throws himself in jail. Whenever he gets drunk, he just walks to the jail. Maybe you picture that, but that's not American jails. American jails are not the Andy Griffith jails. Where it's one little room and this one guy goes in there and he's, Andy, I did it again. Otis, that's his name, Otis. That ain't American jails. People die in American jails. So if we're mass incarcerated, which we are, I can only imagine, I haven't done the math on this, but I can only imagine we exceedingly represent the people that die in jail as well. If we exceed the numbers per capita of people that are incarcerated and the number of people found to be innocent or not guilty as well, wrongly incarcerated, people never like to mention that part. Black people get locked up all the time. The point is, there's an ongoing genocide in this country. It's a destruction of Black Americans that have been going on quietly, and people just look the other way like, hey, what's going on? What's that? That's nice. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, did you hear about Shaq's new bouncing car? Hey, man, did you hear LeBron James just signed a new contract? And they like ignore everything else. Wow, Beyonce's really doing it. Hey, did you hear about that Dream Hampton movie that just came out? You see the TikTokers are doing great dances. And it's like everything else a distraction to what's really going on. But that does not mean we don't have bandwidth for this. We got to have bandwidth for what's happening in Palestine. Once again, I can't stress this enough. Without our money, without your money, and I know I'm going to have the MMT people going, Tim Black, America doesn't need our money. They print new money, just put it in the spreadsheet, and just punch the buttons and the money appears. I understand that, but most Americans don't know what that is. You guys need to do a better job of getting that word out. Because while you talk about MMT, and I'm talking about the issues I'm talking about, you got to get that word out to the people. The point is this. Without our money, Israel wouldn't be able to do this. And if they were able to do it, they would be grossly encumbered they would be lumbering behind without the ability, without us assisting. You understand what I'm saying? And I got a funny feeling that if we pulled our support, others would pull their support as well. That's how that works. Let it go along to get along in the international community. So we pull our support, others support their support, and then guess what? You get that permanent ceasefire. You get that two-state solution. You get something other than this, which is death after death of innocent civilians. I heard they were bombing like refugee camps. They already bombed the hospitals. They already bombed the universities. Hospitals, universities. So if you're sick, if you're a pregnant mom, where do you go? Where do pregnant moms go? Where do people with regular problems, like, I don't know, regular ailments that need treatment? Where are they going if there's no hospitals? So, yeah, it's horrendous. So we're going to have this conversation with Mr. Jones. And I guess we'll reschedule for another time. But regardless of that particular snag, right? Dr. Cornel West surpasses ballot access threshold in Michigan. That's something to feel good about. That's something that's going to leave a mark. That's important. As we get closer and closer to November 5th, the rubber going to meet the road. Remember, the Dr. Cornel West campaign is not just about this one election. It's about building a movement. A movement. And electoral politics is but one mechanism to affect change, man. In fact, it may be the slowest mechanism to affect change. There are other ways to affect change, right? And I support those as well. I support all ways in which to affect change. One of the other ways we affect change would be having your cable cut off. And I don't mean your cable. You understand what I'm saying? A lot, so like casting a vote is like the easiest way to affect change. Okay? I don't see a lot of people willy-nilly showing up, volunteering to put themselves in positions where their cable might get shut off. So the electoral process allows people to participate in some form of possible change making, but it ain't everything. And I've never sold it as being the remedy that's going to solve all our problems, because it ain't, okay? It's low-hanging fruit. It's a low-hanging fruit opportunity. And what I like about Dr. West's division and the Justice for All party is it's not just about this election. It's about building momentum, creating a movement, and moving towards that and working towards that, an ongoing process that extends way beyond this election. That's one of the criticisms I've had for other groups, because it seems like when there ain't no election, it's out of sight, out of mind. And that can't be the case with this independent party. So that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I want to apologize. Wires got crossed. It happens sometimes. Like I said, I read on his Instagram that he's out doing work. Bashir Jones is out doing the work right now. Go find him on Instagram. Hell, maybe I can find him. Yeah, I can, You guys got a moment, I can pull it up and we can share the screen. I mean, Instagram. Oh. Well, I don't think I've ever used it here, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I've never used it on this computer. I don't usually browse Instagram on my streaming PC. But that's it. I got nothing but love for you. Remember, tonight, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do the show. Okay, we got a show every day of the week except for Saturday. Yesterday was a banger, okay? Banger, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I put my foot places it shouldn't go. And I stepped on the Empire's neck, and I ain't get up either. I wasn't up. So yeah, I didn't pull no punches last night, but it was also informative, and it was also there was some funny high points and some punches to the gut. It was good stuff. So please go check that out. I got new content coming from other stuff I'm going to upload now. I got number love for you. Remember, tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you like the way I do content, if you like the way I report on politics, black culture, breaking news, U.S. politics, if you admire that and find it informative, interesting, if you don't think I have a poll or I'm poll tested or I'm attached to a party, because I'm not. If you like that, admire that, find that useful, man, I'm trying to tell you, go to jointimberlake.com, become a member of this show. $5 a month is all I'm talking about. People are like, oh, he's begging for money. Nah, man. You pay Netflix, downgrade, and give me $5 a month. That's it. Probably got Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Channel. Probably got channels you don't even watch. Acorn, Popcorn, Corn Dog TV, Cackle, Crackle. You got stuff on there that you don't even watch no more. Slide that over to independent media that's no punches pulled, real independent media that ain't trying to get into CNN or MSNBC or Fox News or kiss Trump's butt, okay? How about that? How about we do that? Who don't footsie with Nazis and don't play games with people that are anti-black and befriend them and be buddy-buddy and none of that stuff. That's 10 toes down on all these issues. Don't always get it right, but when I get it wrong, I admit to it. So, yeah, jointimberlake.com. Hit subscribe, and if you subscribe, turn on all notifications. Man, my numbers, man, they say, look, Tim Black. Google damn near called me up. It's like, look, Tim Black, look. Your numbers of people who have on all notifications is very low, Tim Black. It's kind of pathetic how you're doing there, Tim. Are you really even telling people that they need to cut on all notifications? Because they don't have all notifications cut on. Like only like 11% of your people cut on all notifications, sir. We're not suppressing you. It's just no one's cutting on your notifications. The average is like 25%, and you're at 11. So instead of pointing fingers at the old YouTube and saying, hey, you're not sending out my stuff, realize your people don't want your stuff like that. So I got to tell you to cut on our notifications. All right? All right. I see you tonight at 9:30. Subscribe to the channel. I got number love for you. Like I always say, don't let nobody take your cornbread. Let's talk, y'all. Anybody, I missed anything? No, I didn't. I'm on point today, man. I'm talking about. Thanks for watching, y'all.